Today's topic, 5 surprising things that men crave in a woman. All right, we're going to hop right in, but before we do that, I'm Mike Goldstein of Easy Dating Coach. Make sure to go hit subscribe. If you want dating advice, that's going to help you make dating and relationships easy. All right, let's hop right in. The first one is having firm boundaries. Now, I think this is going to be a little bit surprising because a lot of women probably think, well, what if I am the easygoing woman? And the guy that I don't stress out, well, isn't he going to stick around? Isn't he going to want to marry me because I'm easygoing and I'm fun? And in reality, the answer is probably not. Reason being, because you're not having a firm boundary on anything, we kind of feel like we can't trust you. We feel that way because we don't know who you are, because we never get a stop sign. Or if we do, it's not often enough to know, like, hey, this is the firm boundary. This is her value system. This is where you can't go any further. And having that value system allows us to know kind of where you are and where you are on issues. And of course, like, obviously you've seen men get rid of women that had a strong value system, and that was just because those values were not aligned with his and were deal breakers. But the right woman has a value system that for the most part aligns with his. You know, obviously there's going to be a few things you don't fully agree on, but then he's going to get to respect you because he knows he can trust you, because when you say, hey, you can't do that, you hold firm to that. Now, that doesn't mean there's not room to make compromise, but ultimately on some of your issues, you need to hold firm and tell him where you stand. Number 2 is a woman who can turn a house into a home. If you immediately want to see an example, look at my background right here. It's something I'm somewhat embarrassed of. Go in the comments and tell me if you're okay with it, or I need to upgrade, which I will at some point. But go look at one of my videos from 3 years ago and look at that background. That was a home. That's because at that time I was dating a woman that I was living with, and she built me this amazing background that just, quite frankly, looked awesome. And when I presented videos to you guys, I wasn't embarrassed. But now, not so much. So we crave a woman that can create a home. Like in our college days, our bachelor's days, or even, you know, my male clients that are in their 60s, like I don't know what it is, but men, we don't build a home. We just don't. We get kind of the logistical pieces that we need, like the bed, the sofa, the TV. But I'm talking about a home. A home is where you come and you're like, man, this is my spot and I feel comfortable and I wanted to come here because it's relaxing, it's zen-like. And a woman does that through, you know, the decor she puts in there, the comforts. And, you know, specifically my apartment with the woman I was dating, we had this amazing U-shaped sofa. This thing was massive. I'm talking not an L couch, a U couch. You could fit like probably 8 or 10 people on this thing. It was huge. It had like really wide cushions. It was perfect. And then I had that amazing office with the great background. And then there was pictures and, you know, candles and little trees and bushes. I mean, you really felt like you were in this beautiful house. And we crave that. Number 3 is a woman with a career. And I think this is surprising because a lot of my executive level women or management level women with big professional careers come to me and they're like, I'm scaring men off. And you know what I say to them? I say, good. Scare them off. That's not our guy. A high value man that's probably got a pretty good career of his own is like, man, this is so sexy that I found a woman with a big career. And if it's, you know, in your younger years, can contribute to a family, can contribute to college, can contribute to a house. That's a bonus. That is a good thing. But a lot, the men we're trying to attract here are high value men, right? So they want high value women. So it only makes sense that they're craving that. Number 4 of what men crave is a woman who knows how to take care of herself. Oh, I had this amazing girlfriend that I thought was epitomized knowing how to take care of herself. So she was unable to take birth control and got really terrible periods. So much so that it almost like stopped any activity, and she just wanted to like curl into a ball and just be in pain and just take care of herself. So what I loved about her is when she was in this type of pain, she would tell me. And not only would she tell me so that I knew what was happening, she would then do what she needed to do to take care of herself, to make herself as happy as she could be while this thing passes. So as a man, I crave a woman that knows how to make herself happy and also is great at communicating that to me so that I can help her. And at the same time, if she's being grumpy, realize that it's not my fault. There's something happening. And really, I should just be here to support her and help her through this. Number 5 is a woman who is authentically open about who she is. And I want to give you a perfect example. I think there's this myth out there that women who are promiscuous are seen as lower value or quote unquote slutty. And I want to change that myth. Yes, it does exist for some men, but me specifically, when I find out that a woman's been with, many male partners, I appreciate that she's honest about that. And I appreciate that she's kind of lived her life and she decided that's what she wanted to do. And honestly, I find it sexy. I find it sexy that she went against the social norm and said, hey, I'm going to do what's right for me. All right? So that's just an example of a woman being open about who she is. And, back to this example of a woman who is promiscuous. What's great about this, her being open, right, is the folks that want a woman that's been with, 1 or 2 guys or is a virgin that doesn't exist, then he can remove this woman and she can remove him. They're not compatible. But instead, she gets a guy that, in my case, is someone who likes someone who has had, many partners, because I love it. So it kind of removes the guys that don't make sense and draws in the guys that do. And this will allow a man to crave you for who you are, which ultimately for a lifelong partner, if you guys aren't best friends, then, this thing's not going to work, right? All right, so that's the 5. Let me summarize for you. Number 1 is having firm boundaries. Number 2 is a woman who can turn a house into a home. Number 3 is a woman with a career. Number 4 is a woman who knows how to take care of herself. And number 5 is a woman who is authentic about who she is. All right, if you've been watching this far, help me out. I'm wondering what you crave in a man, because I think that'd be interesting. So go down there and tell me what you crave. That'd be awesome. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe and share this with your girlfriends. And I love all of you. Take care. Oh, and I'll plop a video there and there so you can keep watching. Thanks, guys.